This is Freedom Fighters. Just want to let you know about I want to make another video about this something that I can't talk about, but it's in a video game, so they can't really do nothing to me because it's already in video games. So yeah, try banning me for this one. You can't, because it's in a video game already out. Yeah, I ain't talking about something that's already out. That's already out. You get what I'm saying? All right, so here we go.
Latest videos. For this video, we're only looking at the most important viruses in the Resident Evil video games, whether that's because they were vital to the plot or a particular game, or because they showed up in all of them. Umbrella. What? Progenitor virus. This is the one that started it all. Originally drawn from a flower called Stairway of the Sun, endemic in West Africa, the progenitor virus caused mutations in those who consumed flora and fauna infected with it.
I got a question. This is not even funny. This game, this one right here is Resident Evil 6. I can tell you, like, it just said Africa, and isn't there something going on in Africa right now? Yeah, okay. Is it here? Okay, hi. Can't talk about it, but I will mention it, that it's something going on in Africa right now. Can't say what it is, because, you know.
While this meant most people died fast but horrible deaths, a handful gained superhuman abilities, which is what...
There we go again, superhuman abilities. What is with the superhuman abilities? Everyone wants to be a superhero. Why they mention that with the V? Can't say the name, but the V. Why did they mention the super S with? I'm trying to get around the algorithm. They mentioned the S with the V and the P. Why in these games? Why vessels? Well, isn't that what Carl's talking about? Just saying. Let me drink this shit. This shit is crazy. Alright.
Of people who wanted to use the virus for nefarious purposes. When Umbrella got wind of it in the 1960s,
yeah, we know what they're using it for. Order out of chaos. More control. Mandates.
They jumped on the chance to make it into a bioweapon and make a lot of money, setting the events of every Resident Evil game since into motion. T-Virus.
The ultimate life
Damn, they got a name for all of them, don't they?
form. Tyrant.
It took a long time from the discovery of the progenitor virus for Umbrella to successfully create a strain of their own. By splicing this virus with the DNA of a leech, the T-Virus was born. Officially named the Tyrant virus, it's by far the most common pathogen in the entire franchise, responsible for innumerable outbreaks, but it's far from perfect. The zombies it creates by reanimating dead flesh.
There's a lot of zombies out here. Let me tell you, a lot of them. I mean, they don't even need to go for your brains, because they really don't have one. If you get my drift, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, if you want to find a zombie, and you don't look far.
Are mindless and unable to be commanded. They're great at causing mayhem and destruction, but none of the garden variety zombies are capable of being the elite super soldiers Umbrella is really looking for. The
super soldiers.
T-Virus is also responsible for creating the first tyrants, which are much more powerful, but significantly rarer and harder to make than a standard monster. On the bright side, though, it's one of the few viruses that has a vaccine. G-Virus.
I'm surprised they didn't say the the C one.
The G-Virus, or Golgotha virus, can be devastating, but isn't anywhere near as effective as a bioweapon because it's much harder to spread it between hosts. Its creator, William Birkin, is one of the hosts to the virus and undergoes severe mutations, turning him into a violent and deadly monster, but is not capable of spreading the virus. This is because it can only be transmitted either by direct injection of the virus or through ingestion of the virus by a blood relative. it is capable of producing G embryos.
It's crazy how a video game creator just creates all of this crap just by his own imagination, not thinking that something might happen in the future when you're making these games. It's just a weird coincidence how these games were created year by year by year by year, and then 2020 happens. Then you get the Resident Evil Biohazard. Then you get the Resident Evil 8 with the village and the stuff coming out of her eyes, just like we see in the Billy Idis videos. Don't mind me, I'm just drinking my tea. Now I'm just playing this Coke Zero. No, Diet Coke, I'm sorry.
To enable contagion, but many of those infected with these embryos won't be viable hosts. Despite this, it's still one of the most dangerous viruses out there due to the extreme mutations.
Yeah, okay. Whatever that means, right?
The Nemesis. After Umbrella...
Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, 1999. This game was made in 1999, so they was already talking about the V word in 1999. 1999. Is anyone watching this surprised that these games were predictive programming? This whole time, we didn't even know what was going on. We thought we was just watching a great movie, Resident. Remember Resident Evil came out? We thought, oh, she's doing backflips. She's dodging. She's in the lab trying to dodge lasers and stuff, and she's trying to uncover the truth. And boy, I tell you, this is some sweet justice, going back and watching these videos and then seeing what the hell. We were just walking blind people. We had no clue what was going on, did we, huh?
Finally perfected the powerful and single-minded tyrants, they took it one step further by implanting these tyrants with any alpha-type parasites. These parasites were genetically engineered by the Umbrella Corporation, and the most dangerous tyrant of all is the one that endlessly pursues Jill Valentine in Resident Evil 3. Though others were created, this is the only one we see in the games, and it's a deadly adversary. Clever enough to watch and wait, this monster was also able to wield weapons, at one point taking advantage of a rocket launcher to achieve its goals. Worse still, these tyrants are also capable of transmitting the standard T virus to anyone who gets in their way. T Veronica virus.
Veronica 2000. This is 2000. This is 2 years. This is a year before the World Trade Center.
Again, splicing the progenitor virus with the DNA of a random animal, in this case an ancient queen ant, has devastating results. The T. Veronica virus's most powerful host was Alexia Ashford, who managed to keep...
What's with the host? What's with the host and shit? Like, people become a host and turn into zombies? I mean, come on.
...her mind and sanity intact by placing herself in cryostasis after infecting herself. She spent 15 years asleep like this as the virus slowly merged with her DNA, and by the time she was awoken, she developed mutations...
Look at me. Merge with her DNA, mutations. All of these are words you hear daily, right? I mean, Carl was talking about... I can't really talk about it, but... I said I won't talk about it, so I ain't gonna talk about it. We're gonna leave that alone.
So powerful, she could potentially take over the world. However, the virus's grip on a person's mind cannot be predicted. Both Steve Burnside and Javier Hidalgo were able to regain control of themselves even when they were infected very quickly, making T. Veronica as frightening as it is volatile.
You are not worthy of its power!
T. Abyss
Crazy bitch.
virus. T. Abyss virus.
Resident Evil Reva. 2012. Damn, they just have a whole bunch of them, don't they? A bunch of strain.
Resident Evil Revelations took a different route to the standard zombies by combining them with sea creatures, giving players an array of oceanic monsters to fight. This is because the virus at the heart of this game was the T-Abyss virus, created by a team of researchers by combining the T-virus with the strange Abyss virus, uncovered deep in the underwater trench. The Abyss virus was capable of infecting many kinds of fish, making it excellent at jumping across species, and gave them mutations enabling them to survive extreme deaths. It was seized by Il Veltro, a group of bioterrorists who threatened to send the T-Abyss virus out into the oceans.
It just comes to like they talk about animals a lot and like just like mutating animals and mutating dogs. I see on here they killing dogs. Like that's like rabid dogs that's been infected by whatever this shit that he just said. It's just not a weird coincidence that they have animals that are infected. I'm going through all this shit today. I don't give a fuck.
Las Plagas.
Las Plagas. Just multiple ones. Just multiple strength.
Chainsaw.
Resident Evil 4, 2005.
One of the few contagions in the franchise that isn't part of the progenitor family or a variation on the T-virus, Las Plagas are parasitic organisms that, of course, induce zombie-like mutations in the majority of their hosts. Lab experiments revealed that Las Plagas could also create powerful mutants unlike anything seen before, like the giant salamander that tries to eat Leon Kennedy. These experiments were conducted by a cult operating in rural Spain, Los Iluminados, who planned to infect the world via Ashley Graham, the president's daughter. However, they're also some of the easiest parasites to kill. A concentrated dose of UV radiation will do the trick, often killing the plaga within while enabling the host to survive.
How are you feeling?
Like $1,000,000.
Ouroboros virus.
Hold on, how many damn things do they have, bro? How many games do they create? And people wasn't woke until like 2020. I mean, it's going back like 10 years, a damn decade. More than that, actually. And none of us had a fucking clue what was going on. Not one person had a clue, unless, well, some people probably had a clue, but I ain't gonna say the names, but you know who they are. They're in power.
Longtime villain Albert Wesker decided to develop the Ouroboros virus as a way to eradicate huge swaths of humanity. Basically, anybody with undesirable genetic traits.
It's always that one traitor that always turns his back on you. Wutong Lab. Mr. F. Mr. F. F. Mr. F. Funding. Funding. Tax dollars.
Wesker is the only one we see infected with the Ouroboros who's deemed compatible, with the other two Ouroboros creatures encountered becoming nothing more than swarming masses of black tentacles capable of absorbing any and all biological material they come into contact with. But this is actually the weaker strain of the virus. At its most potent, it had a 100% kill rate. It was only after exposing Ouroboros, itself a mutated strain of the progenitor, to Jill Valentine's T-virus antibodies, that it was able to fully infect and control a human being. It's considered the most destructive virus in the franchise so far. Check out these other great clips from
Alright, that's it. That's the end of the video. I just want to let you know all of the strength, the virus. I can't say the word. All the stuff that they in Resident Evil that they had from 1990, who knows when, long time, long time, long time. All right, guys, see you.